In this video, I will demonstrate how you create databases, subjects, sections and tasks within SDB. Even if you already have the databases in your system, it's good to see the whole video to understand how it works. So, first of all, when you want to create a new database, you need to create it and give it a name, but you also need to create a folder for the scanned files, the reading files. And normally there's no rule for where it should be, but normally if you have a D drive, you will put it on that. You will have a folder that is called SDB scan, and inside here you create one folder for every database that you have. So I'm going to make one for Malawi. There should not be spaces in it, version 3. So now I have made a folder for the reading files. Now you can also make a folder for notes, and notes are a place within SDB where the teacher has a chance to store specific notes for tasks or a course that is good for the teachers to see but not the students. So that can be common for all the databases because there's not very many of them. But for the main reading file, create a folder for it. Now that I have done that, I will start to create a new database. So I click on, there should be a add language. Unless you have several languages in your system, it's not relevant. Ready means that it's visible straight away. I give it a title for the database, DNS Malawi version 3. The code you don't have to do anything with. Then you have the scan directory, and this is the folder that we just created. So I will go into browse, I will go down to SDB scan, and then I have Malawi version 3. So I click on this. Now it's here. This type of link will work if you are using only thin clients as devices that access the database. Because thin clients basically works on the same PC server, and it will understand that the D drive is on the server. If you are not using thin client but normal laptops that want to access the files, you have to write the network path to this folder, and that will typically be something like terminal SRV, that is the name of the server. Then you maybe have SDB scan, then you have Malawi version 3. It's just if you're only using the thin client, you don't need this, and if you need this, this video does not cover how you set that up, but if you need help with that, you can let me know. Then with the note directory, it's the same. I browse, I go to the SDB scan, note. So now I have set it up. As I'm only having thin clients, I don't need this second directory or second line of code. So the database is ready, and I click OK. Now there is a database, and when I click on it, there's no subjects. So I'm going to add a subject now, and to do this, I'm going to use a concrete example. I have got a reading file, and I have got a Word document that has all the information that I need about what is included in these tasks. So, first of all, what you should always do is to copy everything into a blank notepad. And the reason we do this is to remove the formatting that is within this document. Because if not, it will, if you have different people making tasks and using different fonts than inside the SDB, all the tasks will look different. Okay, so the subject was social studies. The section was module 1. The title is teaching of social studies, and the description or the wording is this, and it was a 4-hour task. Then I have the introduction. Yeah, copy that out, put that down here, and then I have the instruction. And last, I have the, well, there was one more down here. Did I get that one? Yes, I got that. Then I have the files down here. So now I have all the information that I need in order to create this task. So first of all, the subject was called social studies. So I make it ready, social studies. The whole subject have, for example, 30 hours, which gives 30 points. You can always edit this later, and it's not really used within the system. It's just used as an overview, so you know more or less how many points you have available within this. But you can always go back and edit it as you are adding tasks. So the subject 1 has been created. Now I'm going to make a section. So I click on the blue arrow to get this one, and I click on here to add a session. This is just called module 1. So I create module 1, say it's ready, the code, the whole module, let's say it's 10 points, but again, you can edit that later. Now you have a module. I click on the blue arrow in front, and it comes up with the list of tasks. Currently, no tasks. It says click here to add a task. I click on it, and I need the title of this task. I mark it ready. Hours, 4 hours, and 4 points, and the wording. Is here. Good. So that was a proper study task, and it's already added here. And now I want to add the content to this task. And you know, as long as you have this amendment open, you also have these buttons, which means that when you click in, you can start to add your text. So the introduction we have here. Inside here, you can of course format it in different ways. You can put numbers, you can highlight just like in a normal editor. That's up to you. But this is where you write the instruction. And up here, there are some space for adding pictures that you can do here. By right click, you can click on a picture. But if you don't do this in your system, just don't do it, because you might add pictures that has a very big format that makes the tasks very slow. And if you want to add pictures to an SDB task, let me know and I will make a separate video for that. So this was introduction. Then we have the directive, and that we have down here. Copy, and I paste it in. So again, you can do all the formatting that you want in here. All right, so this is the instruction. Then I'm going to add the file. And this is where you add the reading files to SDB. So you start by clicking add. You give it an introduction, and I think there was one here. So I'll just add this introduction. Normally you just leave this as registered, because if you upload a PDF file, registered means that program on the PC that normally opens this type of file. But you can also, if you have problems, you can also put something else here, like a video or sound or a picture. But register should work in 99% of the case. Then I'm going to browse. I'm going to find the task, the reading file, and I have it here in a folder, and it's right here. So I click on it, and now I click OK, and it is now added as a reading file. Now when I go into the SDB scan, go into the database, you can see I have now got another file in here, and this is the reading file. It has been renamed from the original name to a random name. The reason why it does this is because when you import tasks and you put it to another server, this makes sure that you never have two files with the same name, and therefore files are deleted. So this is okay so far. Now test is where the student will write their test. Status is of course where you mark the task as finished. Notes is if it is a course, you can tell to the teacher, dear teacher, here are the correct answers. So then you can, for example, put all the answer here. So he can see it. So he, in case he is teaching something and he needs to have the answer available, you can put it here for him. You can also click on this file button. You can add another file here. Let's say it's just this one. It's now been added here, so the teacher have access to it. And in the database system, if I go back, I go into notes, I've got a new folder called teacher, I've got a new folder called studies, and the file is right here. It has been uploaded. So when you have completed a task, that's basically it. This turns red because there's a note for the teacher. I click back. You want to save? Yes. And I now have the first task. So for a student, when they click on it, it will look like this. They go into the task, they look through, they go to file, they click on file, and it will open the PDF file, the reading file. They then go to the test, they do their tasks, and they send it to the teacher. The student will not have this note button. So again, when you come to task number 2, you just click on this, you mark this level, and you say add. And then you can make task number 2. You repeat the same thing, you click in, and you add the content. You click back, and as soon as you make something inside and you click back, it will ask you to save. And it's now saved. At any point, you can go back. If you want to make another subject, you just click on the subject, you click add, you make another one, and if I don't click ready, it will appear as red, which means that it's only the teacher that will see it. It's not public for the student yet. And then of course, if you want to change that, you edit it and you make it ready. Now it's available for the student. If you want to make another section, you mark the section and you say add. Module 2, ready. 2. Now you have another section and you can continue to make tasks. This is how you do it the whole way through when you create the tasks in SDB.